Good morning, everybody, and this is your DAX day trade setup for today. So, is that a wedge break? And are we looking to target the wedge target, which would be the beginning of this? Because it is a bear flag, but it's a bear flag sort of in a bull trend. So typically what happens is the bottom of the wedge is the target. There's no real measured move. That is the target area at the moment. If you look to the left, I think best thing to do here is just get onto the weekly, and then you'll see there is weekly area of potential support there, and then there's that tail there. So this is a big double bottom. So if this zone gets retested and held, that would validate this big double bottom for me, but it's not validated at the moment. Don't like the way the oscillators are on the weekly either. And then obviously we've got this massive area of resistance up here. So let's just get down through the time frames. We want to see what's happening, and kind of in the middle of no man's land right now. The daily is obviously oversold, just you can see that, and we've started to cross over, so there is potentially something brewing here. That's a big engulfing bar, but nevertheless trend is up. The only thing is we are far from the moving averages, so what's going on is to be expected, to be honest. So on the 3 hour, not much diversions when we look at those two lows there, but if we start swinging back to this area here, you can see the diversions brewing. So there is quite a strong area of support here, and I mean you can pick any one of these things right now. I would argue that that is probably the zone to pay attention to that we're just short of, which is 14,327. Nice grouping of the oscillators at the moment. And then the other thing to bear in mind is that this DAX loves channels. And if I do that, you'll see it sort of forms a channel. So I'm picking up on the trend line for these last two areas here. Doesn't line up with the horizontal level of support though, so let's just move on. And if we look at it now on the hour, look at this chaos around the 155. I can't stress how important the 155 is. You probably find the 200 is in this area as well, 200 EMA, but the 155 just gives you such a clear view of what's going on the lower time frames. So this is a crossover on the hour. We are below the 155. We do have an area here which I would expect price to target. So if we were talking about the 1 hour, we are talking about a potential trend change at the moment. I would be interested to see what's happening at 14,438. I want to see a rejection there on the 15 minutes. So something along the lines of a 50-point stop loss, and I'm looking for sort of 100 points to this area here. If we start dropping below this area of 14,327, this trend line will come into play, but more importantly there is a horizontal level a little bit lower down which will also come into play, and let me just get there. You'll see that they match up quite nicely, and that is at 14,246, and the horizontal level is 14,242. So 14,242 would be the area today. So that's kind of my view at the moment. I think you're probably going to get a bit more of a pullback, and that's just based on what we're seeing on the daily here. So I want to see a little bit of a deeper pullback, want to come closer to the moving averages, want to come and test this area here, and that could be interesting as well. Let's just get that exact. So this is the area that we actually want tested on our daily. That is 13,973. So probably 1400 is the line in the sand for everybody right now, and that's what we're looking for. Does look like a bit of a bigger flag forming when you draw the channel in. Also possible, but one thing to bear in mind is there have been buyers coming in here. So yeah, I'm really cautious, not looking to chase shorts just yet. Also don't want to be long when it's overextended like this, but I definitely do want to pay attention to what's happening on the chart. So from an intraday perspective, definitely think there's another potential move down to find some support lower down, and then we'll watch it on the 15-minute to see when we get a reversal, because when you get that reversal, in other words, we're in a downward trend at the moment. When we get the reversal, we're looking for a move to the upside, and that could be a bigger move on the rest of, on the higher time frames, that is, anyway. Okay, anyway, that's it for me today. I hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.